incredibly disappointed. We put ourselves in great position early on, and obviously played very, very poorly from a shooting standpoint. You can't go 2 for 20 from 3 and win a high-level game, and that's about it.
Please feel free to ask questions. You do not have to use the raise your hand function.
Hey, Mike, just you mentioned the shooting. How do you diagnose that? Are there issues tonight with it, or is it just shots not falling? What do you see there?
I mean, we've seen these guys make shots, so we got good looks. It's not like we took a bunch of bad shots. Guys, that's part of their responsibility. You got to step up and make them. And I thought again our defense was really, really good until late. And sometimes that happens when you stop making shots over the course of time. Your defense starts to break down a little bit more. Just something that has not happened a ton, but happens every now and then, even to a really good defensive team. But I don't have an immediate answer as to why. I want to know how we're going to approach tomorrow's practice to fix it so it doesn't happen again.
How concerned? Sorry, how concerned are you with the late game issues? Because you've had big leads multiple times now, and Southern Illinois was kind of the same thing. Had a big lead and lost that game, and same thing today too. How concerned are you with that at this point?
Yeah, I mean, this team doesn't have a killer instinct at this point yet, and obviously that's pretty clear when you have double-digit leads and a lot of momentum in double-digit leads. It's not like it's happening by accident. I mean, we're playing well. We're guarding, we're rebounding, we're moving the ball, we're getting the shots we want. And I don't know if it's a lack of toughness. I do think we got tough guys, or lack of just discipline. And I do think that obviously that's something I need to address as a coach, but we're doing something right to get the lead, right? And now what we've got to do as a staff is figure out how do we extend that lead, not take our foot off the gas, and really put teams away. But I digress. I want to go back because you got to give credit to the other team too. And Coach Dawkins kept his guys in there. And it's not like they didn't have something to do with the comeback. They stayed in the fight. They ended up making enough threes to keep themselves close. And we didn't. They made the plays that they needed to late, and we but I can't tonight get away from the fact that we had several clear fast breaks that turned up into 0 points. Literally to end regulation, we have a 2-on-1 that I've seen connected on 100 times at least. That the game's over right there, and we just don't. So it's not just the threes. It's the missed layups also.
Coach, what did UCF do well offensively that challenged your team defensively in the second half?
They made some adjustments in their pick and roll scheme, which was good. And then they had some guys that step up and make some tough shots. The guys that they needed to stay in the fight. Kelly specifically, Kendricks also. Those guys just stuck with the game plan. They didn't go away from what they did to prepare. So, they scored 60 points in overtime, and I don't want to, they didn't put on a clinic by any means offensively. We were just much worse offensively than that.
What are your impressions of true freshman Taylor Hendricks for UCF?
He's terrific. He's a kid that as they transition to the league, I hope he's not around very long. And to be honest, he's talented. He's tough. He's got size that can cause him to be a matchup problem. And obviously, I think they found a really, really good player there.
Any other questions?
Mike, what have you thought of Moose's play lately? 3 straight doubles, and he seemed pretty dominant today inside.
Yeah, he's been sensational. And I hate it in a loss, but I thought he was the most dominant player on the court. And once we get him to slow down offensively, because he still gets a little sped up, then I mean, the sky's the limit for him. But his growth is evident to everybody who's watched him for a year now with us. And we certainly need that to continue. But we got to get some guards to make some shots. Again, you can't go 2 for 20. He didn't miss any of those.
Mm-hmm. Was he rushed there late on that last play in regulation?
I think sometimes the clock seems like it's moving faster than it is, in the kid's mind. If you've ever been in that situation, it feels like it's going to go 5-3-0, instead of 5-4-3-2-1, and that's not unusual, but it's unfortunate because he had played so well. That would have been a nice capper for it.
All righty, we'll wrap it up there. Appreciate it, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Mike.